Okay, welcome to this week's tarot reading, which is what choice should I make? Yes or no, this or that, or stay or go. So it's like a choice, anything that you've been battling a choice with. So it may not even be yes or no, or this or that, or stay or go. You may have another option of a choice. So whatever it is, how this could help you, this is how this tarot reading is designed for you. So this is a pick a card reading. So this will be for the week of 19 through 25 July 2020. So what you want to do now is take a look at the totems and choose which one you feel an affinity towards. You have the raven and the cat and the wolf, and you can go ahead and look at those now. And take your time and tune in. And once you choose your totem, you can click down in the description box below the timestamp beside the matching totem, and that will take you directly to your particular reading. And if you need to pause the video to give yourself more time, feel free to do so. And I'm Seqkat, by the way, from seqkatsenlightenenjoyment.com, and I'm glad to have you here with me. Thank you. Okay. I will see you at your totem. Okay, welcome if you chose the Raven totem for your what choice should I make? Yes or no, this or that, or stay or go, or however the question can fit for you for the week of 19 through 25 July 2020. So let's see what your theme card is. And you have Seek the Lesson. Alrighty, so let's see what the cards forgot to say. I'm going to seek the lessons. I know my ego would be going. So, every ego is going. You have my compassion. And empathy. But I can say, if it's seek the lesson, then it doesn't have to be as bad as our ego thinks it is. We can seek the lesson, grab the lesson, and move forward and let it go. And that's the hard part. We make it bigger and worse. All right, so we got two cards already. Okay, here. So we got the Earth King here. So he's like a stable father, provides for all, has his business going, family going. Everything's going well with the Earth King here. This is successful. And then you also have the Earth Tom. So that looks like family support. So that's an interesting start with Seek the Lesson. So we'll do one more shuffle and see if you get any more for your theme. I'm gonna shuffle the cards right. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, I have one more for a theme. Okay. So, we have one thing we need to see abundance. So we have abundance somewhere. This could be financially. It could be elsewhere in some other situation. But we have it, but we need to see that we have it and make sure that we're not overlooking it and not being thankful for it or what have you. It could reflect money issues too. So you just remember, I do have this tuned in to many of you. So you're going to have to figure out what is your relative story. You really relate to what it is with that. But we do have some fighting going on. And it looks like we're done with that. But we need to get our focus off of the fighting that's been going on. So it's not seeming to match, but maybe it comes back to the lesson. So I don't know if we've got family going on, fighting going on with the family, since we have a couple of these family cards showing up or not. And seeking the lesson. So basically what this is, okay, the fighting has been going on. We're trying to walk away from the actually fighting. We're done with the fighting. Seek the lesson, let go of the fighting, and move forward. So you'll have to tune in to see how that fits. So our next row we're going to look at is the past that is affecting the next row, which will be your current present. And then the next row we'll look at what is your choice to make. Well, that was quick. All right. Let me go ahead and pull a few more cards and I'll start reading them. Okay. So we have one card that went flying away. So you're going to see a blip because I got to get that card. Okay, welcome back with that blip. Okay, so what we got here for your past is we have the Emperor in reverse. So if this is staying in the family theme, this is our father figure, but he's not pretty, we're not having a nice father figure here when he's in reverse like this. He can be very rather impressive or manipulator. Or this could, you're going to have to really tune into your relative stories here, represent you needing to come into your power, that you've been out of your power in the past. So we'll have to see how that's affecting your future for those of you that are on that storyline. And or this could also represent the Aries zodiac, which could be you or whomever you're engaged with in the situation. You're going to have to tune in for your particular relative story. And this is about going for your desire, and it's always good to go for your heart's desires, but let's not get too obsessed for it and get aggressive, like trying to force something. Because when you try to force something, that's not going into flow. And anything when you are going for your heart's desire, a pure heart's desire that's coming from your higher self, that's coming from source, the universe will support you and things will automatically flow. When you're trying to force that square peg into the round hole, that's ego thinking, oh, I need and really want this and this is really good for me, but it's not working, so I'm trying to force it. Anything you try to force is not flow, so that's not really in alignment with you. So maybe we need to look at where have you been doing that and why something is not working out. And perhaps that is the lesson that we need to learn, is how to let go of what ego thinks it wants and needs and surrender to our higher self who really knows. Okay, and so we've had some type of failure that in our past that we're dealing with, and it looks like we perhaps have missed some opportunities because of fears of those failures happening again, because the ego loves to paint the present and or the future with the past. What's already happened will continue to happen. The forever never complex the ego falls for. So don't know if that's affecting your present state. If it is, do not miss out on opportunities and fear of failure again. Continue to try. The universe will always support you. Going for heart's desires, not egoic path, that will not work. And there's definitely some healing that needs to be done, and we are perhaps resisting it. And or, again, relative story, you may be resisting some intuition. You may be getting nudges, hey, you shouldn't be going this way, but you're going that way, and you're resisting it because the ego's like, oh, no, I must have it this way. So you have to watch and make sure that your ego's not making that mistake. And then we are like we're trying to go for heart's desire, perhaps a heart's desire, but there was something we had to let go of that perhaps we were clinging to, and that could be some of what the ego's problem is clinging to this. And we've got to let those emotions flow and let it go, and there may be some grief involved, and we're going to tend to those. So we're going to give that ego some loving attention. Don't hate your ego. It's not trying to mess your life up. It really is not. It's trying to survive, because that's its number one mode of operation is survive, and number two is avoid as much pain as possible. So it's trying to keep you safe. So don't hate your ego. Just got to work with it as a toddler, because it thinks it knows best, but it doesn't. You have to kind of help it out. So, all right. So now that's your past. So let's see what's going on in your present. Let's see here now. I'm having one of those days. Every now and then I have those days. I can't shuffle the cards. There we go again. It's one of those. A little bit more. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see here. Okay, so what we're getting here in your present tense again is moving towards a heart's desire, and that can be successful. So they're letting you know if you move towards a heart's desire, that is going to definitely be successful. But we are dealing with some apathy, and some apathy that is not a temporary state. It's, we're losing our zest, we're losing our desire. Apathy is really low on the low man's pole, so we need to work with that, and that's going to point back to this healing. We've got some healing to do to get our care back, our initiative back. We've got a little bit of emotional work to do here. You also have a spiritual calling, but it is upright, so that looks good. It looks like you are perhaps hearing that and are willing to follow that. But here again, too, just like in this card, we have something that we are grieving over. that we have lost and we really need to let go. So you're going to have to tune in and see what it is that you've lost. I don't know. I don't know if we're feeling pain from this loss with this fighting with someone. I don't know if we've like lost their companionship or feel like we've lost an alignment with them. So I don't know if we're grieving over that loss. So you're going to tune into your other story and see how that is. But you're definitely going to have to work with those emotions. You need to sit down and see the ego as a child in a meditation. Let it tell you its pains. Let it tell you its fears. And validate it. It has every right to feel this way. Source created the ego to feel the differences of pain and joy. It created it because Source itself will see everything as love. So that's how it understands everything. And this also represents Scorpio. So this could just be tuning in, popping in here and saying, hey, this is Scorpio, whether or not that's pertaining to you or whomever you're, whoever you're related to in the situation with this particular one. So tune into how that goes with you. And then we have the fire that burns with the King of Fire here in reverse. So this could be somebody that's pushy, getting annoying. And we kind of saw this perhaps with the oppressive Emperor too. So I don't know if this is reflecting back to that. So perhaps they've been in the past. They're still in your present. A fire that burns, not a fire that warms. Or it also can depict a lack of success. So like what you were trying to do with the ego was not successful, and we need to change that. And then here we've got the Strength card coming up, and it's showing up in reverse. So, this is the universe always when this when this card shows up or pops up, I'm trying to say them all together at one time. This is like, it's encouraging you to have courage. We are much stronger than we think. And I know that can seem very difficult, especially when we have fears and they make it really hard. And you kind of just get tired and you don't want to be strong. Again, that apathy showing up. And I just did, in my Seqkat Musing series, a guided meditation on fear. So you may have a fear that's making it very difficult for you to have that courage. I will put a card up here for you. That was titled Seqkat Musings, Move Out of Fear, a guided meditation. And you can definitely utilize that. That can definitely help you with that. Okay, so let's see what we got on what choice do you make. That was a yes or no, this or that, stay or go, or plug in what fits for you in particularly. So this is what choice you make, something that is in your highest good and your highest alignment type of choice, coming in from your guides and your higher self, angels, whatever your deity is that you follow. Okay, we got a few cards popping up already. Okay, so let's have a look, see that. See if we're going to pop up on here. Okay. Drop it in back. Okay, but one flipped when I did that. Okay, so let's have a look, see there. All right, so here we go. Since this is in the what choice you make, I'm going to read this as if you were looking at a move, and this move could be in any direction. Usually it's about moving residence, but since this is about what choice you make, this could be a field of choices here. So this could be about a move in a job. It could be a move in a relationship. It could be a move in a residential move. It could be any type of move. So tune into how this is relative to you and how it fits. But this is saying that if you were to make this move, there would be a delay. And perhaps since this is answering the question, what choice we make, it's not a good idea, is how I take that. Choices to make. Also, definitely you want to get some companionship and camaraderie with your vibe tribe, because we heal best with people. So we want to spend some time doing that. So make sure you spend some time with those that are in alignment with you, truly in alignment with your heart and who you are, and truly love and care for you, because that will be very helpful to you. You also want to take some time. You're being invited to go within and spend some time with your guides, your angels, your higher self, the deities of your choice, and tune in and commune with them. Meditate. Take some of that time. It's very, very helpful. I know my ego loves to resist when it needs to meditate. It is a big resistor of meditation. I don't know why. I've always battled as spiritual as I am. But every time I do, it never lets me down, and I always feel so much better. So that's very helpful to you. Also, again, tune into your relative story. This represents Virgo. So I don't know if this is you or whomever you're engaged in the situation. Okay, so this card, usually when I see this, represents abandonment. So I don't know if you need to abandon an idea, abandon a situation that you've been looking at. Maybe abandon that forcing that square peg in the round hole. So look at how this will best fit you in your relative story. That's what I'm getting with this card here. And yes, here you have a choice to make. And that choice is stay where you are, which is a hard place in a rock, or make a change that moves. But the problem is you don't like where you are, but you also don't like the choice to make that would get you out of where you are. You don't like either one. And I always say, and the advice always is, choose the one that causes the change, that makes the move, because you're going to be stuck forever more in a situation you don't like. You may not like the initial step that gets you out, but that step leads to more steps that will lead to results that you do like and that's your preference. So you have a choice to make, and that choice is make the change. So those are your, what choices do you make? Those are your choices. So we did that with the Mystical Cat Tarot, so now we're going to move on to clarifying now with the Tarot Familiar here. Okay, so we're going to go back to your theme card, which is Seek the Lesson. So we want to seek the lesson and not get stuck on what's happened and staying in the blame game and so did this, because that just causes you harm. It does not excuse what they've done. And even your ego has made choices, possibly, from what I'm getting in this reading, that weren't your best bet. You don't need to sit there and blame your own ego either. You have to move forward. And then we did have the Earth King upright, so something was successful working, and so I don't know if this is a father figure, but then we also had the Earth Tom coming in, which is family support, interestingly enough. So you're going to figure out how this fits you here, but we have some kind of abundance that we need to give some honor to, respect, some gratitude, and not miss out on that. And it may be financial, it may be in some other category. But there was some fighting that we needed to walk away from and leave and get our thoughts off of that. We got to stop thinking about it and perpetuating it. Let it go. Do some forgiveness. Stop blaming. That's not doing you any good. We do have an offer of true love coming in here, guys. So tune in to what that is. So that's good to see. That might be coming along there too with that Earth Tom family support. And then we have the 501s. Yep, we have maybe some cutthroat competition. And I think that one very well may go with this one that we're seeing right here. So this might be with that lesson that's coming in. We got some cutthroat competition, and maybe that is with whomever we were engaged in our dispute here. But 2 of Cups, harmony here. Usually when I see cups, I see this as romance partners, and we have a true offer of love. So someone here has got some romance that's looking good and positive for you. That's good to see. All right, so there is your clarification for your theme. Now let's look at your clarification in the past. We had the Emperor in reverse, which he's not fun. He's oppressive. That's not fun. Or your relative story maybe that you've been out of your power. So you have to see how that fits. And then we had the Sky Tom, and he's in reverse, and that's when our ego was trying to force things into force flow, and that this force flow is not flow. You have to go for your heart's desires, not your egoic desires. And then we had a failure, and we were not willing. We missed out on some opportunities that would have been good for us because we were scared of making that same failure again. Maybe it has something to do, particularly you have to relate to your particular relative story with the romance partner. Maybe we had a failure in romance partner and you've got new love coming in. Don't make that mistake again. Just because it happened before doesn't mean it has to happen again. But before you do this, get some healing. And we got Amethyst card. Amethyst is all about healing. We got the Priestess here. She's showing up in reverse, showing that there needs to be healing. Healing needs to be done, but we might be resisting it, and or we're not listening to our intuition. And then, yeah, we had our heart's desires, but we got to let go. We're trying to move to something new with our heart's desires, but there is something in our past that we first got to let go before we can move forward and be successful with that. And there's some grief that we need to work through and let go. All right, so now, yep, you have some preparation you need to make, and that's coming right here, clarifying there. So yeah, we got to work through those emotions, guys, and that'll be your preparation so that you can move into successful. Now, this is your past tense, and sometimes what they start doing is clarifying in your past what you need to do now. And sometimes we'll also talk about your past as well. And we were talking about we were not in our vibe tribe in our past. So maybe we were in a romance that wasn't working. We do know we were in some conflict with somebody of some type, so I don't know if this is work. Family was kind of showing up. I don't know. It could be work, it could be friends, it could be anyone. You're going to tune into your other story. Someone that you were going through cut through competition. So yeah, the lack of vibe trip there, we're definitely seeing that. And then we've got that Four of Cups. Again, you guys are really sunk down into apathy here because it's reversed. This is a temporary state. You're feeling a little bit maybe bored and maybe numbing out a little bit, but you can get back on track. You might have numbed out too far, and it's going back to that healing that is really needed, guys. It's very important to pull out of this apathy. That's not doing you any good. And then once you can do that, then you can come into balance with yourself, and that is really needed. That will help you be successful. Okay, so now let's look at your present tense and clarify that. All right, so we got the Ace of Earth, which is moving towards our heart's desire, something new, will be successful. But we're dealing with that apathy again, so we've got to definitely do some healing that. We have a spiritual calling, and we're hearing it because it is upright. So with the Seven of Cups. And so you're like willing to listen to that and heed that. But then we also have the Death card show up and in reverse, which means there is something we definitely need to let go of, and grief we definitely need to work through. So it may be dealing with that person that we're fighting with and letting this person go with their lack of alignment with them. I'm not sure. You're going to tune into your particular story there. And it also represents Scorpio. Oh, and that Emperor also represented Aries. To that one as well. And then you had the King of Fire, which is the king that burns, not the king, the one that can annoy the living hell out of you, being pushy about something, and that could refer back to that reverse Emperor too. I'm not sure they were in your past tense. They could still be in your present with that there. And then you also had the Strength card, and that was showing at reverse. Where you're at right now, you're finding it very difficult to be courageous and to be strong, and that's very understandable. But they're encouraging you to definitely do that. Okay. Now we have the Knave of Wands. So it's time to move towards something new that you have been preparing for. So all of this is probably getting you in preparation for that. And then you have the Seven of Swords. So this is like a righteous defense. Hold your ground here, guys. No, wait. I'm mixing it up with Seven of Fire. My bad. My toe bad. This is something someone has deceived you. So I don't know if that's looking back at that reverse Emperor, looking at this King of Fire, but you have dealt with someone that has deceived you. And then we've got the King of Cups too here. So we're having to let go of someone that perhaps enabled you and made you feel powerless, or in a way removed your power, and you're having to regain your power, which can also reflect back to that Emperor. Grab onto what your relative story is, because this is saying you're out of your power. So it could not even be that you were dealing with someone manipulative or oppressive. It could be. It could represent both. Doing that can make you out of your power too. So someone that could have been enabling you, and so now you're having to come into your power. Usually when I see the King of Cups, though, usually it's someone that you can stay friends with. And it's a letting go, and it's usually a gentle letting go, but you can stay friends with. Seeing we have the Death card, it could be you have lost a loved one that was able to help you. Maybe they helped you emotionally, maybe they helped you financially, or just maybe in some way or fashion, and they're gone, and you're mourning that loss and having to come into your own power. And if that is true for you, and that is your relative story, my deepest empathy, I'm very sorry for that. To definitely work with your emotions with that. Please get some healing. But you have the Nine of Cups here, so this means your wishes are coming true. So you heeding that spiritual calling is what is really going to help your wishes come true, because when you're heeding your spiritual calling, you're heeding your heart's desires, and that does lead to your wishes come true. So let that be encouragement to you guys. Definitely have faith, have courage with this Strength card here, which also represents Leo. Let me go back to that. I don't know if I mentioned that before or not. That's a reference to you of who you are, or who you're engaged with in the situation. But definitely, this is your shining card here in this reading. Don't let the tarot reading think this is all doom and gloom. It's telling you here everything is working out your highest good alignment. All your dreams can come true. Because remember, just seek the lesson. What you've been through has been a lesson for you to learn, get stronger, and somebody has some romance coming in. That's looking good. Okay, so that is your clarification on the present tense. Now let's get your clarification on what choices should you make. You know, yes or no, this or that, stay or go, or whatever it is, however your choice is to fill that in. Okay, so we're looking at the first card we're looking at. Was the fire time? Yes, in reverse. So in regards to what's your next step, if you were looking at a type of move, so whether that be a move of residence, a move in a job, a move of an emotions, a move out of alignment with someone, or whatever that move is, you're going to tune into that relativity. Perhaps you've been thinking about making that move, and perhaps you need to wait on that and delay it, because usually this means a delay and a move. So that might be your best choice, or maybe that move wasn't in your highest good. You do want to be with your vibe tribe with the 9 of 5 there. That is definitely important. And then with the Hermit card, they're inviting you to go in and meditate and tune in and spend time with your guides, your higher self, your angels, whomever your deities are. And then with the 5, and also that represents Virgo. And then with the 5 of Earth here in reverse, this usually represents abandonment. So since this is what choice should you make? What should you abandon? What idea should you abandon? What situation you abandon? Maybe your egoic choices that you've made. Abandon making those egoic choices. And then you have the choice to make here. You're in a hard place in a rock. You don't like where you are, but you don't like the next step you have to take to get out of it. But always take that step to get out of it, because your next choices will be better, and you will like those better, and it will ultimately bring you results that you like. And your clarifications are coming up with the 5 of Cups here. That's going back to here again, and it was in reverse. You had this happen to you in the past. Don't miss out on opportunities that are there for you now because of your past experiences. So like this may be your story since it's showing up in your theme card. You have a true offer of love coming in, and they affirmed it with the 2 of Cups. So you have a true offer of love, but your ego may think, oh my gosh, my last love, that just sucked and it didn't work out, so nope, I'm not doing that. Don't do that. Don't paint your present or your future with your past. Your ego loves to do that. Heal whatever matching vibration your ego was in the past, so that your new experiences can be better, and they can be better. And then you got, again, the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, so they are reaffirming that maybe you need to abandon the idea of not trying again. That could be the very thing you need to abandon. So you want to tune into your other story. What do you need to abandon that is not working for you? And then you've got the Knight of Pentacles here. So that's good, that family support. We had that right up here as well too. So you've got some type of family support. So I don't know if that new romance coming in is like going to be a family as in a partner, and that's going to be supportive for you. You're going to have to tune in to see how that fits. And then you got the Hierophant here in upright here. So this is a priest. So this is making something within your structures a choice or decision. You had that choice to make something that's in alignment with you, that works with you and works with your paradigms. You want to work within that. And then you got the 10 of Cups here, which is a happily ever after that was not working out. So that is what some of what you want to let go of. That's what you want to abandon, that hard choice you need to make. You need to walk away from that happily ever that you thought was going to happen. You need to abandon that idea, because when your ego makes it, it's not going to work with your ego. And we saw some egoic choices in your past there, which brought the 10 of Sky. Yes, and yes, that was the pains and fears and defeat and the things that did not work out. It definitely, that has been your experience, and you need to abandon the ideas that hold you as a matching vibration to those. So that's what you definitely need to let go of. And then you got the Knave of Pentacles, where the universe is supporting you to make a new path, a new direction. They're definitely supporting you. You may not feel like you have the love and support to go in that new direction because of the things that have happened to you in the past, but you do, and they're reassuring you that you do. Okay, so I do want to wrap up with one more Oracle card, and I usually do it with the Messenger Oracle, but I do have a new Oracle deck, and I'm excited about it. So bear with me as I learn this one with you, but I do want to share that. So we will pull one card or more, sometimes more than one full flip for your overall reading. Also wanted to let you know, if you need a personal reading, I have a link in the description box below. You can click on that for a personal reading. And also I am doing a giveaway this month, and you can enter it each week if you like to win a personal reading. And you can see the details on how to enter the giveaway in the description box below, as well as the comment box below. Magic Guardian. Unlock the magic within. So this has reverse. So that magic within, and this is like your energy, your powers. You are the manifester of your life. You are the creator of your life. This goes back to the magician. You can create anything you believe that is in your heart's desire, as long as you align with your heart's desire. So go back, continue to heed your spiritual calling. Don't miss out on those opportunities that are befalling you that are in alignment with that spiritual calling. And you can have your heart's desires, and you can live your dreams. And you're being shown that, definitely, because you got the wish card. There's no beating the wish card, guys. And for some of you, you got that romance coming in. And it's a true offer of love, so you can trust that offer. Okay, guys, I hope you found this reading helpful. It looks a little tense and terse a little bit, but it's showing you choices, and it's showing you some good outcomes. So hang in there. That's what the tarot card is all. Tarot readings are all about. Bringing into awareness where you've been, where you are, and what you can do so you can attain your preferences and your dreams. Okay, so I thank you for being here with me on the reading, and if you are a new subscriber, welcome. I love having you here. If you'd love to join me, I'd love to have you. Just hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification. And if you found this video helpful in any way, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. That helps me circulate my videos out to help others. And I also welcome your comments too. Definitely comment in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. And so, yeah, so I will either see you next Sunday for a tarot reading, or on a Wednesday's Seqkat's Musings, where I share tidbits for you how to live in your joy, because that's what I believe we're all here to do. And or the first chakra clearing on the first Wednesday of the month, where I share the chakra clearings. So until next time, guys, much love and light. Okay, welcome if you chose the cat totem for this week's reading of July 19th to 25th, 2020, of what's your best choice to make. Yes or no, this or that, stay or go. But you can really plug in what your choice is. It could be something completely different. So however this works for you. And I will have this tuned for many of you, so it will be relative for, you just have to tune into how it's relative for your particular unique story. So let's see what you have for your theme card. And your theme card is Let the Emotions Flow. So let's see what the cards have got to say here. So usually when I see this card, perhaps we've been resisting letting the emotions flow, and perhaps running away from our emotions, which is never good, because bottled up emotions, that's what actually forms into physical sickness and physical ailments. A great website that I recommend, I have no affiliation, I just use it myself as an energy healer. It's called OurSpiritualNutrition.com, and it's OUR, OurSpiritualNutrition.com, and it will show you, you look up whatever your sickness is, and it will show you what emotion is needing to be healed. Go to section 5, and then you can click on the list and find your particular illness, even an injury, that's still a message. Hey, this emotion needs attention, and that's what happens. So it's very important that we pay attention and we work through our emotions, and don't shove them under a rug, or hide from them, or try to numb them out and run away from them. The sooner we work through emotions, the quicker we find our joy too. And apparently we have no cards to say on this matter. Okay, there we go. Okay, There we go. Oh yeah. All right. Oh yes. Okay, so it looks like we've dealt with some deception. So I don't know if you've dealt with someone who has deceived you. Interesting enough, we're feeling balanced. Or maybe it's more so if you work with these emotions and let them flow, that will bring you into a balance. And that has to be it, because this is indicating we are feeling extremely overwhelmed to the point we need to delegate and get some help here. So that's what's showing up with our theme card here. Intuitively, I'm getting a little bit more too. You're going to tune into your relative stories, because I have this set up for many of you. Some of you are being resentful. You're not asking for the help and you're being resentful. And that could be where you're deceiving yourself. Because you're trying to be strong, and that might be where some of the emotions need to let them flow. You're trying to be strong. There's no weakness in asking for help, guys. And I've been there. I can relate to that one. I was always one that did that too. So there's that card goes flying across yonder. That's going to be your past row of what's gone on in your past. That's going to affect your present, which will be the next row we see. And then what choices should you make? And you're going to see a blip, so I can go get that card. Okay, welcome back from your blip. That one card ended up being quite a few. No, boy, I do mean quite a few. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and set this here and start reading the cards. Oh my goodness. They have a lot to say. Oh goodness. Okay. All right, so here we got the Tower card, and we got this in resistance, and a lot of people are going, oh my God, the Tower, I'm freaking out. Basically, the one that freaks out about the Tower card, especially when it's in reverse, is the ego, because you guys have come in and they're knocking out something that your ego's been attached to that is keeping you tethered to pain. It's keeping you tethered to survival, not thrival, and they're always here to help you thrive. So it's your ego that's squirming here. And your universe was not supporting what your ego was deciding to do. Now, this is your past tense. And you were trying to definitely force something that was not in flow. You were trying to force that square peg in a round hole. And anytime you force something that's not in flow, when you were following your heart's desires, that pure bliss of heart's desires, you were following source, you were following your higher self, what you've been called to do, the universe completely supports that, and that's when everything comes into flow. When you're trying to force something to make it work, that's your ego at work, because the universe does not support that and things do not flow. You were not listening to your intuition. Your intuition was trying to tell you this is egoic, it's not working, and that's why your gods came in here and knocked it out. You were being called to go within and listen to your guides. And I don't know if you did, since this is upright. Perhaps you did. Also, this represents Pisces. So again, tune into your other story. This card might have been just thrown in for your story. Hey, Pisces. This might be you as Pisces, or whomever you're engaged with in the situation. Or it could be you were not listening to your intuition, and or not even looking at your emotions and past things that you needed to work with those emotions, especially with this, let the emotions flow, because you can see, if you can look right there, you can see the cat, it has a reflection of water where it can look at those emotions too. So that's something we need to do. And so again, this is the Hermit card. I don't know if you heeded it since it is upright. Perhaps you did, I'm not sure. This also represents Hermit. It is the Hermit. Hello. This represents vertigo, whether that be you or whomever you are engaged in this situation. Again, tune into your latest story. And so, yep, the Earth King has fallen from his throne. So what you were trying to build was not successful, because you were building it from an egoic state. That never works. And you need to let that go. Whatever the ego is trying to build, you got to let it go, because it is not going to work. Looks like you were working together with others in different personalities to attain a common goal. I apologize, guys. And it's always good to work together with other personalities. Interesting, this card is just in the mix. So you're going to tune into how this applies to you. You have to tune into that one. Oh, and then we have the Earth Queen here. And she's in reverse too. And that means that she's not being who she really is. And this lady, she's got herself together. She can run her family and run her business be wanting to turn to wise counsel. She's got everything going together, but she's not being herself when she's in reverse. Also, when I see the pair come together in their own suit, this tells me we got something going on in the couplehood. So maybe things are not working out with these two. I don't know. It could be a various things. Disagreements, split up, or what have you. This could be you and your partner. This could be your parents. So you'll have to tune into how this is relative to you. Maybe someone you know that is a couple that's not working out. So that's playing a role there too. And then you had a call to move towards a passion desires, and they were assuring you that you would be successful. Don't know if you did that or not. All right, so now let's look at your present tense. Let's see what you got going on there, because that was your past. Ooh, okay. Boy, they're talking to you guys. Y'all are getting the cards. Ooh, the present tense is looking a smidgen better. A smidgen. Okay. So, that passionate desire that you were called to, looks like you might be doing that. Because this is you're ideally jumping and going for that which is ideal for you in answer to the heart's desire. And it looks like here we may be looking at a loving mother figure, or more, we might be tuning into our intuition now. We didn't do it here. Or maybe working with our emotions here too, because she is the psychic of the bunch, but she's also the queen of the water. And mother figure again here. We got the Empress, and she's got her act together. You know, she raises her children and is still self-empowerment with it, so it's a loving mother figure. So we got two loving mother figures. So I don't know if you have a loving mother figure in your life that's working for you. I'm not sure, or if you are the loving mother figure. Interesting though, you are jumping for that which is ideal for you, but resisting a particular spiritual calling. So maybe you're jumping toward that which is ideal for you, but there is a more acute, particular thing that's a little bit more niched, more exact, that you might be resisting. You might be in your field, egoically jumping where you're not egoically jumping, you're jumping ideally in a field, but they're wanting you to niche down to something in particular that you might be resisting. Don't resist, because you will always go and you'll thrive and flow if you don't. And here you have a righteous defense. You're having to hold your ground. So somebody might be pushing against you as you're moving towards your desires. Hold your ground, be who you are, don't let that happen. And yeah, here we go. We were working together with personalities to attain a common goal. And I don't know, maybe you were trying to appease them. So maybe this was like, yeah, sure, but you really didn't believe it and you really didn't agree with it. You just said it to appease them. Because here is showing that we're not doing that. Or maybe this is just a different set of people that we're talking about. So you're going to have to tune into your story. Because when I see this card show up, one or both parties is trying to conquer the other to see their point of view and own their perspective. But they can't hear you. Now you may can objectively see their point of view, but you don't have to adopt their values. Hold on to your values, as they may be trying to get you to take on their values. They have their beliefs, their paradigms, and their values. You have your beliefs, your paradigms, and your values. Hold on to your values. Don't waste your time trying to convince them to see your point of view. They cannot hear you. Someone got left out in the cold, and maybe that was in regards with this situation and this righteous defense, because these are all coming in here together. So maybe they're trying to push against you as you're trying to jump for the new things. This is a new adventure for you that is ideal for you, because you're not egoically doing that. So whoever's on your ego path might not be liking this and are pushing against you. You hold your ground and you stick with what you're doing, and they might be trying to pull you back to where you were, but that's not ideal for you. You hold on to your values. And so they maybe you are leaving them out in the cold, or maybe they're getting upset enough where they're like, and you may feel like you're being left out in the cold. Here we're not following our higher self, and I know exactly what that pertains to. That's going to pertain back to that resistance of the spiritual calling, which I really do feel like is a niche, since you are hearing a calling here, and moving towards something ideal there. So look in and tune into what is that spiritual niche that you're not listening to. And here I see a little bit of harmony, most likely in the romance to partner, with it being the Two of Cups here. So tune into your relative truth and see how that fits you. So that is your present tense. Now let's look at your, what is your best choice to make now? Yeah, yes or no, this or that, stay or go, or however this fits you. You know what your particular situation is. Oh boy, I did this earlier. I have those nines. I just don't want to show the card right. There we go. And these are going to be choices that are in your highest alignment and highest good. Okay, we'll take that too. Boy, I tell you, you've got the cards talking to you guys. They have a lot to say for you. Gosh. Okay, so you're moving for something that which is ideal. This tells me from a past you have felt like unloved and unsupported to move for that which is ideal. You want to disregard that because you're learning new skills. You need to learn new skills, and you need to learn that the universe does support you to move towards it. So if you have people in your past, it could have even been the family that did not support you or do not support you moving yet, you need to ignore that, because if you don't, what you're moving towards will not be successful. So it's very important that you ignore that. And yeah, that's going to lead to confusion. And it's like your bubble is being popped about this egoic path that happened in your past there. And I think you're feeling a little bit trapped from what happened in that past. And all you got to do, and you're being invited to, is look up and ask for help. This kitty cat's trapped by the branches, and these bats could come down and help it. Your higher guide, your spirits, your angels, whatever your deities are can help you. But don't resist getting that help. Don't resist. You've got to tune to your higher self, surrender to your higher self. You've got to ask for that help. They can cross your free will so much easier. Yep, this fighting, this we were not having alignment over here in the past with someone. It was showing up here too, and someone deceiving you. Yet it was causing fighting. You're done. Walk away. They're telling you your choice is walk away from that. Walk away from this right here. Walk away from this conflict right here. Walk away. They're telling you that. That is your best choice to do this. Okay, so this is either you have a loving father figure you can turn to for help, or maybe guidance, or maybe you can embody. Maybe this is your characteristics and you can embody those characteristics for you. So you're going to tune into your particular story and see who you are and how that applies to you. And then you can move forward with your heart's desires and be successful. And yep, here you go. They're telling you you're prepared for moving in towards your heart's desires. You were ready for this, and this will build a successful legacy for you in your business, your family, everything. So everything will work out to good. So what you want to do, guys, is flip these two. They are upside down. You want to flip these two right side up. Hear that spiritual calling and heed your higher self and ask for that help and let go of all that egoic entrapment and entanglement. Let that go. Okay, so that was the Mystical Cat Tarot reading that. Now let's clarify it for you. Okay, so we had to let the emotions flow, so we have to work through some emotions. And I can see some emotions that we've been working through here. And we have dealt with someone deceiving us, and we are feeling greatly overwhelmed to the point that we need to delegate and get help. Do not feel bad to ask for help. And that will bring you, and letting those emotions flow and getting that help will bring you back into balance. So let's see if we can get to clarify for that. Okay, so your clarification for that. The Six of Swords, again, walking away from that conflict And don't sit there and think about that conflict and those arguments that you're having with those people and perpetuating it, because it's just going to repeat and repeat, play in your head, hold you down and hold you in that vibration and hold you into that feeling of overwhelm. So stop blaming. Okay, whatever they did was not good, but don't keep blaming them. You're going to have to move to a place where you can forgive them, so you can let go of that vibration, because that vibration is just holding you down. Does not excuse them for what they did. Does not make what they did right or wrong. It is not about that. It's about freeing you from this. Six of Cups are having nostalgic memories of better times with these people. Let that go, because you're actually focusing on the loss. That's not going to do you any good. That's going to hold you down as well. The King of Sky, you need to come into more of an objective point of view. He is good at solving his challenges and getting to that place of objectiveness, and getting out of that story will be of great benefit to you to do that. And then we've got the Knave of Cups. Then you can again move to a heart's desires, which is what we want to do, and that you're definitely working on that. And then we've got the Ten of Fire again. They're affirming this chaos and this overwhelming feeling, because you had it before. Ten of Wands, Ten of Fire, exact same, and it's reversed again. So get that help. You need to delegate and get some help. Don't feel bad about it, and get out of these egoic group that you've gotten yourself into. So they're definitely confirming that. All right, and so then in your past, it looks like your guides knocked something else, and maybe it was your affiliation or connection with them, and your ego is not happy about it, with the Tower being in reverse. And that the universe was not supporting what those guides knocked out, and that's why they knocked it out, because they're getting you out of survival, because you were with the Knight of Sky sitting there trying to force in reverse a square peg into a round hole. That's not going to work. That's ego. And then you had the Moon card in reverse. We need to look at emotions and reflect over those, and then we need to heed our intuition. Looks like we didn't do that, and that also represented Pisces. And then you were called to go within and to connect with your guides, angels, spirit, your deities, every choice, your higher self. I don't know if you heeded that card or not, because it is upright, so maybe you did. That also represents the Hermit. I said that last time. It represents Virgo. And then we also had the King of Earth, who fell off his throne. What he was building with the Pentacles, it was not successful because he was egoic. And then we got to let it go. The Death card came in, and that also represents Scorpio. And then we had that Queen of Earth come in too. We were working together, but I think we were appeasing people with this. The personality card, from what else I picked up with your cards. And then we had the match to our King of Earth. We had the Queen of Earth, and she's in reverse, and she's not being who she is. And that also represents to me something not working in a couple, a split up or a disagreement, a breakup, whether that be you or your parents or someone you're close to. And then you were called to some passionate desires. So what I'm getting here from your past tense too, you've also undergone the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So we may have had some money issues going on here, or not feeling we had abundance, and we're really perpetuating that by keeping our thoughts and focus on something that we lost. And looking at the King and the Queen, what you were trying to build didn't work. It fell apart. Pentacles is about building those earthly, and this is Pentacles, about building those earthly things that we need, our money, our finances, our home, our house, those type of things. It didn't work. It was never going to work with the ego. Then you got the Queen of Pentacles upright. So they'll come in this past, and they'll affirm things that happen, but they'll also point to what you need to do. You need to get your act together, come into who you are. Heed that spiritual calling, get into that niche, guys. You are listening to the ideal self. You need to come into who you are. Be who you are. She's got her act together, her business, her family, what have you. And the Magician card in reverse, they were reminding you, you can create what you want, but you created what you didn't want by following your ego, because this is in reverse. We don't want to do that, which led to more Seven of Swords and that fighting again. That's like cutthroat competition, and that's what that led to, and it's not good. And you can make your wishes come true, letting all of that go. But you gotta let that go. And then we've got the Eight of Swords here too. We had it here as well. Feeling trapped. And all you gotta do is ask for help, and they will definitely help you get out of that. Now your present tense, we were moving with the Earth Kitten towards idealism, going for that which is ideal for you. That is beautiful. We're starting to learn something here. And then we've got the the Queen of Cups here, she's upright, and the Empress. So those are two loving mother figures. So I don't know if that's characteristics of yourself, and those are working positively for you. With the Queen of Cups, maybe we are now listening to our intuition, which is great. Maybe we are working with our emotions. That is great. With the Empress, she has her back together, raising her family with self-empowerment. So I don't know if you're doing something of that nature. That is great if you're doing that. And then we also have that Seven of Cups reverse. You're being called spiritually towards something, but I think you got to niche that down because you are hitting your idealism. Don't avoid that niche. That will work. And then you got righteous defense. So I think those that you egoically were with are pushing against you as you go to the new ideal. You hold your ground. They're trying to conquer you to go back to their values. Hold your ground. Don't waste your time trying to convince them why this is good for you and they should accept you. Don't waste your time. They can't hear you. That's like teaching a kindergartner algebra. They're not going to get it. So you either might be having to leave them out in the cold or maybe feeling like they're leaving you out in the cold, but this is necessary for this right now. And because we're not exactly listening to this niche of our spiritual calling, we are not following our higher self. That's not good. We need to do that, guys. And then we do have something working in the romance department for us, and that is positive. And what we got here for a clarification is we've got the Justice card in reverse here. So that's a tangled mess. And yeah, we're seeing that here with these people. And we know with this egoic stuff, and we saw this in the other one, we definitely got that going on. So, and if this got into any legal issues, which tune into your relative story, may or may not have, that's not looking too good for you. And I'm sorry, but again, romance department is definitely, and that also represents Libra. So pay attention to your other story. That card could just be thrown in there to say, hey, Libra. You could be the Libra or whomever you engage with in the situation. We also have the Lover's card upright, which affirms this romance card here with the Two of Cups. So we got something working in the romance department, guys. That's looking very good. And this also represents Gemini. And then we got the Strength card here. So you want to, it may be a little difficult while you're feeling overwhelmed to feel strong and courageous, but you're being encouraged to hold on, hang in there. You can be strong, you can be courageous, you can do this, you got this, guys. And then you've got the Ace of Pentacles moving towards something new, and you will be successful. So they got that. It's just the idealism, but listen to that spiritual calling, guys. I think you've got a niche you need to listen to there. Okay, so now that's your present tense clarified. So now let's clarify your what choices should you make? Yes or no, this or that, stay or go, or however it fits into you. You know your story, plug it in. And by no means trying to limit that in any shape, fashion, or form. And you had a lot going on there. They had a lot to say for you there. So I'm going to try to read these cards while I shuffle. You got a lot of them here. So you do, I think you have a paradigm will not feel loved and supported to start something new, or by these people that were in your past and moving in the egoic direction that was affecting you. And they are telling you, that was with the kitten of verse, they are telling you with the Eight of verse reverse that you do have something more to learn, and that's what you've got to learn, that the universe is definitely supporting you with that. And then you've got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse there, and you're really struggling with that, but you can do that. And you've got the Ace of Pentacles here showing up. You can definitely have success with that. So you've got that going on. And then you've got the Seven of Cups, or Seven of Water popping up there in reverse. So you got some confusion, your bubbles being popped, what was really going on with these when you were trying to build things from your ego point of view, and you're feeling very trapped. And it's understandable with these egoic people and those egoic choices. All you got to do is look up and ask for help. And then you are in a fight and dispute with people, and you need to walk away from that. Walk away. That's what they're telling you to do, that. And then you can embody this character. I don't know if you have a loving father figure you can turn toward, or you can go into these attributes yourself, because the King of Cups is a very loving father figure, very good, noble leader. And you can move with success towards heart's desires. This is definitely hearts when you see the cups here, and that's really good. And that you are prepared with the kitten for your new journey, the kitten of fire here. You're definitely prepared, and you're being assured of that. And then you can build your legacy of your dreams and be successful. All of it, your family, your business, everything that you're wanting to do. And now, I tell you what, they got a lot of cards for you here. they spoke a lot to you. So here we've got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse here. So with the Eight of Pentacles, that's going back towards
Yeah, got more to learn. So you're definitely learning that. That's going right back to that. The star card, we're telling you, be who you are. And then you've got the Wheel of Fortune card right there coming up to being who you are. That definitely puts you on your path, your fate line of your heart's desires. And that's where you want to be, because that just leads directly to success. And they're telling you can have that, and you're prepared and ready for that. And then you get the Five of Pentacles. So they may actually be telling you to leave them out in the cold. Yes, with reverse, they're actually telling you abandon that which was not working for you. Abandon what you were trying to build with your ego, and you may have to abandon some people. You're going to have to tune into your relative story, but you would need to abandon what the ego was trying to do, because that was not successful. And then you've got the Eight of Cups here. So with the Eight of Cups, again, okay, they're telling you, listen, you got it here reversed. You're not listening to a spiritual calling. They're telling you, heed that spiritual calling. Definitely heed that. So I think that's a niche, guys. I really do. And they got the Three of Wands. You have some preparation to do. So tune in, get that help. You're going to have to spend some time with that. And rein in your ego. Your ego might be a little bit resistant, especially when it comes to that spiritual calling. You're willing to go to that which is ideal, but we're wanting to resist that spiritual calling for some reason. So you definitely need to work in with that. And then we're definitely showing us too that we're feeling trapped to the point of aggression. That's one. Or your relative story could be, this is just representing Capricorn. That could be you or whomever you're engaged with in the situation. But we had this in this one already. So to get out of that entrapment, we must really heed that spiritual calling, guys. We must really surrender to our higher self. We must really get that spiritual help. Because if you don't, then what you're trying to build will not be successful with your passion and desires with the Ace of Wands here, but they've already showed you can have your success and your legacy, but that's all your preparation is. You need to do surrender to that higher self and heed that call. And you kind of feel like you're in a stalemate with someone, perhaps, and that can easily be resolved by just tuning in and surrendering to your higher self, guys. And then you have the Empress here again, so she's in your present tense. And she's showing up here, so I don't know if you have a loving mother figure or characteristics that you're supposed to move into. So you're going to tune into your relative story for that one. Okay, so that is your clarification. Now I'm going to do one more oracle card here for you for the overall thing. And I have a new deck. I'm using the Master Oracle still for your theme card, and I usually close with that. But I have a new one called the Angels and Ancestors Oracles. So I'm learning this deck, but it is a really cool deck, and I really like it. So we'll get one or more cards sometimes. I want to jump for you. And if you have found that you need a personal reading guide, I do offer those now, and you will find a link in the description box below that will lead you there. And I'm also running a giveaway this month of July for you to win a personal free reading. And you can enter each week with the readings as well. So if you're interested in possibly learning that, you can see the details on how to enter that in the description box below and also in the comments. So let's see, we can get one more card, maybe a few more. We'll see how it goes. Well, you've been going. You've been getting tons of cards. For just an overall message of the entire reading. There we go. Okay, let's see what we got. Huh. Interesting. We had that. We did get two. We had that one also. But this one's upright. Okay, so you got the elders moving on ancestral patterns. So doing things, I think, in an old way that are not working for you. So that's like a symbolism. Doing things your egoic old way that are not working for you. And with it coming up with the elder, moving beyond, it could be something within the family, a parental thing that you were taught. Because this did show up here too with the Earth Kitten reverse, that you may have a paradigmal thing from childhood where you don't feel loved and supported to do something new that is ideal for you. And then also the magic guardian. Connect with the magic within. This one is definitely about like the magician card. You can create what you want and your preferences and be successful with that. All you got to do is heed that spiritual calling and surrender to your higher self. And keep in mind, you will build your legacy with success, family, business, everything. And then we do have something very promising within the romance department here, guys, with both of these showing up. Okay, guys, so that is your reading. So thank you for being with me. You're new to my channel. Thank you. I appreciate it. If you'd like to join me, welcome. By all means, you can hit the subscribe button and bell notifications so you'll know when my next tarot readings are going out on Sundays, or my Seqkat musing, which are on Wednesdays, where I share tidbits with you on how to get in your joy, living your joy, because I feel like that's what we came here to do. And or the first Wednesdays of the month, I do my chakra clearings. And if you found this tarot reading helpful, I hope that you did. I would really appreciate a thumbs up. That helps me circulate my videos out to others to help them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, guys, so remember what your successes are. Don't think this is doom and gloom. The tarot is all about reading where you've been, where you are, and how to get where you want to go. So until next time, guys, much love and light. Okay, welcome. If you chose the Wolf Totem for what's your best choice to make for the week of 19 through 25 July 2020. And it's best choice to make. Yes or no, this or that, stay or go, or whatever it is, your choice. You might have your own different question that you have, and by all means, this is set up for you to fill it in as you see fit. And this will be tuned to many of you in your unique perspective, so keep your eye out for what is relative to you. So let's see what your theme card is, and that is Observe in Silence, and it's in reverse. So perhaps we're wanting to over-vocalize, so to speak, when it's in our best behavement with this particular situation. We will see what the cards have to say as we go along, to perhaps be quiet. We shall see. So let's see what we get. Okay. Alright. So, we're looking at memories of the past with fond memories and fondness, and it's good. It can put you in a good vibration. And we are having symbiotic charity. So either someone is giving out a charity, and it gives them joy to give out this charity and see the recipient receive it. So it gives them joy. And whomever the receiver is receiving the charity with gladness and heart. So that's symbiotic, and that's working really well. So that's pretty to see. But we do have our Emperor here in reverse. So you're going to have to tune into your relative story here. It could be one of several things. It could even be a combination. This could represent there is an oppressor that we are dealing with that's causing us some strife. Or this could represent that you are out of your power, or feeling out of your power. If you're dealing with an oppressor, this is where it could be combined. That could be making you feel powerless at the same time. So you're going to tune in how that best suits you. And or you could be, this is also represents Aries, so this could represent perhaps you if this is your zodiac, or with whomever you're engaged with as the situation unfolds. So you're going to tune into your relative story and see how this card best fits you and those choices. Okay, so that is your theme. So now let's look at your row of what's happened in the past that we will then look at that is affecting your present, and then after that we will look at what's your next choice to make. All right, so let's look at your past. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle a few more and let some more flip here. And then I'll start flipping. Okay, so let's see what we got going here. Okay. All right. So it looks like we've been doing some things playing with ego. And maybe this is why we're out of our power. And
dealing with the oppressor could also make us feel that oppressor, and then we make ego choices, because we got the Magician card here in reverse, and that is when we are creating our reality, but we're creating our contrast, not what we prefer. And that's usually because we're creating a focus on fears and things we dislike instead of preferences that we have what we do like. You have the Sea Queen here, so you either have a loving mother figure, or maybe a call to heed your intuition, as she's the most clairvoyant. So maybe perhaps you did, since she is upright. I am not sure. You also have the Tower in reverse here, which means your guides came in and knocked out something, and your ego was not happy about it. So we saw this egoic thing here. Ego will also get attached to whatever it's building that it doesn't like, because it's based on survival. It's familiar. I can survive this. Oh, well, hang on to this, even though I hate it. That's ego for you. So when the Tower comes in, people think, oh, this is really bad. No, actually, it's really good, because what you can't knock out that your ego is doing yourself because of its own attachment, your guides come in and help knock it out for you, because your ego is attached, which will eventually lead you to thriving. So that's actually good. It's just painful for the ego. And it looks like by knocking that out, they perhaps brought you into some type of balance. And because ego was building things from its own perspectives, it did not lead to your happily ever after that you were going for. And anytime we do something out of ego, it doesn't lead to happily ever after. Okay, so now let's look at your present tense and see what's going on there. Okay, I flipped right back, so let's get a good solid flip. Okay, I think we're good there. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just bring this card down here. Okay, so we have the Priestess here, so either we are currently getting some healing, perhaps for what this Tower knocked out, or what was not working out, what we were building with ego, I'm not sure. Or perhaps we are now healing our intuition, but it looks like you might have possibly been healing your intuition here too, so I'm not sure with something. I'm not exactly sure about that. Building a family legacy, and that's just looking successful, guys, so that is good to see. This is like you're building your business, your family, the whole 9 yards, and so that's looking good and positive. It looks like you're navigating through challenges with great ease, so that's good to see. Or if you possibly are in a move or looking at a move in your near future, that is looking positive without any delays or any interruptions there. But we do have something that has come to an end, and something that probably was not of our best enjoyment, and that's probably this happily ever after and whatever our ego was making, since those guides came in and knocked that out. So they're representing that. That could feel somewhat painful again, especially if there's any attachment with the ego. So I'm sorry for any pain that you're feeling there. And it looks like we're moving forward with a heart's desire, and that's really good, and it's looking successful. So your present tense is looking really good, guys. And it looks like we may be dealing with someone with whom, and maybe if this is possibly that oppressor that we're talking about, maybe we're dealing with them, I'm not sure. Someone that's either trying to conquer us to buy into their beliefs or values, or maybe you're trying to conquer theirs. So if it's them doing it to you, hold your values, do not give up your values, do not let them go.
If it's you trying to conquer them to see things your way, don't waste your time. They cannot hear you. They cannot understand you. It's like teaching kindergarten algebra. Do not waste your time. They just cannot hear you. So that's where you are with that. So now let's look at what's your best choice to make. So this, your best choice to make, yes or no, this or that, stay or go, or whatever it is, your particular scenario that you're plugging in here. These are your best choices to make that are in your highest alignment and good for whatever you got going on in your life right now. This reading is pinpointed for you. Okay. Okay, that's a good one. Yes. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, so it looks like we perhaps are enjoying some family support here. We got that family legacy too, so not sure if you're building that, and that's where the family support is. So your best choice, or maybe this, since this is telling you what choice to make to support your family or get family support. So again, you're gonna have to tune into your relative story here to see how this fits you. They are affirming you and telling you that whatever's happening with your choices that you're making and where you are, everything is going to work out in your highest good alignment. You are having a bit of trouble believing that because it's in reverse. But when Sun card comes out, highest good alignment is happening, you are good to go. You are golden. No pun on the color of the sun. But you're just not believing it, and that's okay. And what you were working on with your ego here, the tower came in and knocked out, and you were creating it, wasn't meant to be. This was like a long-term harvest, but it was long-term. We're building something, but it wasn't meant to be. So we definitely need to let that go. We might have a little bit of attachment to that. That could be what this is coming to an end. So we've just got to let go of our attachment to that, because this is coming in here too, that you have a choice to make, and you feel like you're between a hard place and a rock. You don't like where you are, but you don't like what it's going to take to get you out of there. You don't like that choice to step out of it. And this card always, advice is take that choice that's going to get you out of it, because you're going to be stuck with not liking where you are forever. But that choice getting you out can eventually lead to better choices. It will definitely lead to better results. So they're definitely, what's your next choice, best choice to make? Take the part that makes the change. That's definitely doing that. And then we've got the Sky King here. So the Sky King here, he's good at solving problems and challenges and stepping out and becoming observant. So like, let's step out of that story and all those emotions again. Like I was saying, you want to let go of those emotions and be a little bit more observant and make a little bit more clear choices there. That's what you want to do. Let's see if we got any possible more cards here. I think we're good on that. Nope, we do. We do. Watch out on deception, so keep your eye out for that. So again, I don't know if you're dealing with an oppressor here, so you want to watch out for that. And if we don't let go of any egoic desires, you're doing good kind of in your present tense, but they're warning you. Depends on what you're going to make with this choice. And this choice came in like building that long term that's not meant for you. If you choose to stick with that is not meant with you, you're not going to be on your heart line, your fate line, which is following your heart's desires and attaining your heart's dreams. And so you have to follow those heart's desires to do that. So you're getting a little bit of a warning there. So don't let yourself get deceived there, guys. Okay, so that's your mystical tarot reading. So now we're going to go back and we're going to clarify with the tarot familiar. So you had in reverse for your theme card, observe in silence. So you have to be careful. I'm not sure if you have to do things quietly behind the scenes right now and just watch. You don't have to see how that goes. You've got some fond memories, which can bring in a good vibration that you're looking at with the Six of Seas. And then you've also got with the Six of Earth, a symbiotic charity. Someone's giving charity and someone's receiving charity, and it's beneficial to both. It's bringing both joy, but we do have that Emperor in reverse. So don't know if we are feeling like we're out of a power, or we are out of a power, or if we are dealing with an oppressor. So you're going to have to see how that fits you and applies to you, and or that's just possibly a card saying, hey, Aries is involved. It could be you or whomever you're dealing with. So you're going to tune in your story there. So then we have the Queen of Swords here. So we had the King of Sky over here. And now we got the Queen of Swords here too. So she's the same thing. Step out of that story, observe, and make really smart, logical decisions. So they're probably coming here and telling you the same thing. And that can also, when I see them both show up, represent a couple, and these are upright, so this couple is working together. Perhaps they're not exactly in the same row, so very well not maybe. It just could be simple messages, but it may be, since it is in the same reading, so you're going to tune into your relative story. So that could be you in a partnership, or maybe your parents, or someone you know. So you have to see what fits with you. Oh, look at that. And you step out of that story, and you start making some observant choices, working with that Queen of Swords there. Your wishes will come true. And you already got that Sun card, so you got things looking good for you guys. Oh, and there's your Queen of Pentacles. And she's got all her stuff together. She's the one that got her business. She's running it well. She's doing well with her family. One to turn to for wise counsel as well. So yeah, that's looking very good, guys. That's looking very good. So good to see that. So you have a few little things going on. Nothing too bad. For the most part, things are looking pretty good. All right, so I'm going to clarify your past, which we had the reverse magician showing you that your ego was creating things you didn't want, it's hanging on. But you perhaps did need some intuition, or maybe we have a good loving mother figure in our life. I'm not sure. Maybe you are that figure with the Queen of Water showing up. Well, you did have the Tower come in reverse, so your guys knocked out something that your ego, probably what your ego was manifesting, that your ego didn't like, that your ego was a little attached, didn't like that. But by then so doing, they brought you some balance. And then you had this not happily ever after, which is what? Huh, sorry, which is what? That's what I was trying to say. Your ego was trying to establish, and that didn't work out. Oh my gosh, thank God, I'm gonna really talk to you now. Okay, and then you got the Moon card, so perhaps we did listen to intuition, or we didn't intuition. So maybe that was a mother figure, since this is coming in and saying perhaps we didn't listen to intuitions, or there could have just been some emotions that we didn't look at, that we needed to look at those emotions. That's very possible. And this also represents Pisces, so it could be a relative story. You could just be throwing in there saying, hey Pisces. This could be you or whomever you're dealing with. And then you had the Six of Wands, so you're dealing with some kind of failure, so don't let that knock you down. And then we had the Five of Cups in reverse. So yeah, dealing with some kind of failure. And this talk, the Five of Cups is going to talk about failure too. So you perhaps missed out some more opportunities that came to you because you were scared of making the same failure mistake. Don't ever let that happen to you guys. Ego likes to paint the present and the future with the past, and it does not necessarily have to be that way. And the Two of Wands, you may have gotten a stalemate with someone. No, wait. Two Wands. Oh, no. My apologies. I'm mixing it up with the Two of Sky in reverse. The Two of Wands in reverse here. So yeah, you had a sudden thing kind of come up, and you had a decision to make and a choice to make. And that sudden thing with the Tower coming in didn't surprise me. And that was putting you on your fate line. That's that Tower coming in. Not surprised at all. Definitely not. So it puts you into following those heart's desires, because things in your present tense were all looking good there too. And then you got the Seven of Wands, which will put you into a new place, or it might be a righteous defense. You might have to stand against anybody who might push against this newness that you can do. That sometimes happens. You want to avoid those negative naysayers, so you can come into your beliefs there. And then you got the Knave of Cups, so starting something new, on a new journey, so to speak. You want to start something new, but you might have to let go of some of the emotions that are tangled up with what your ego was building in that past to help you move forward. And then the Seven of Pentacles, then this is an interesting when they clarify this. They'll kind of show you what happened in the past, and they kind of show you what's good for you. And so doing that, then you can bring in your harvest. This is going to take a little bit of time, which you'll bring in what you're trying to build here. So then with your present tense, you had the Priestess show up, so it shows you that perhaps you are listening to your intuition now, or getting some healing, but you are also building your legacy with the Ten of Earth upright. That's really good, and that's showing signs of success, as did that Sun card. And it looks like you're navigating easily through challenges with the Three of Fire, or maybe the relative story is there is a move of some type involved, and that is looking good for you. No delays. And then you had something that came to an end. And again, with that Tower card coming in, that doesn't surprise me with the Ten of Sky here. Something that kind of defeated you when you're building something. Yeah, that's not going to work out. And that you're moving forward with your heart's desires, and that's going to be successful, and that looks good. And maybe someone's trying to get you to see their perspectives or own their values, or you're trying to get them to see your way. We're going to cut that out. Hold your values. Don't buy into theirs. And then definitely don't let them persuade you to drop your values. You don't want to do that. So now we are clarifying this, and what we're getting thus far is the High Priestess again, and she's upright. So yeah, so if you're healing, keep healing, guys. That's looking good. If you're listening to your intuition, keep doing that. That's doing good. So that's definitely looking good for you. Okay. All right. And then we've got the Eight of Swords here. So maybe someone's feeling a little bit trapped. Maybe you're feeling a little bit trapped in that old scenario with what your ego was building. But keep in mind, things are coming to an end. So don't let that bog you down there. And then we got the Nine of Pentacles. So you may not feel like you're enjoying the fruits of your labors because what you were building didn't work out. So you put a lot of effort and energy there. It didn't work out, but it wasn't supposed to. So that's okay. You just got to have to let that go, guys. And then you got the Three of Cups here. So that's talking about like not spending time with loved ones and families and friends. And that can kind of bang on a relationship a little bit. So you're going to have to decide whether or not that's in your best behoovement. Maybe that's good. Maybe you're not supposed to. Or maybe do you need to? So you're going to have to figure that out. But it's coming in here with the World card. So things are not feeling right with your world. So I don't know if this is someone with your past, like with whom you're like banging heads. And that's making it just, it doesn't feel right with your world because it's not familiar. Or maybe they're wanting to spend time with you, but that's not right with you. You're going to have to really tune into your particular story and see how this is affecting you, because that can go one of several ways. And then you got the Nine of Swords here. Yep, definitely. That's nine saying not being in your world. That's because, and this was being in reverse, the things you didn't like came into your reality. And these were painful, fearful things that, nightmares and visions coming into your reality. So you'd experience that, and that showed up here too with the Ten of Swords, but that has come to an end. So that is the good news that is ending. And then you've got the Nine of Wands, and yeah, but whoever that was, you weren't getting along with them, and I think this has to do with this. It may be possible that oppressor with the reverse Emperor too, definitely as well. Okay, so now let's clarify what's your best choice. So we're talking about family support with the Earth tone there upright. So I don't know if you need to support your family or you're getting family support. They are reassuring you everything is working out your highest alignment and good. You're having a little trouble believing that with the Sun card coming up, because you were building something and it didn't work out for you. So and ego kind of gets attached there. And then that's when you got that choice to make. Do you stay where you are with what ego has built, or do you make a choice to get out of the situation that you don't like? And best advice always is, what's your best choice? Take the one that gets you out. You may not like the initial step, but it will get better. Then you got the Sky King, who's good at solving his challenges. So when you make that choice of getting out, he's going to solve your challenges. Things are going to get better. And then watch out for someone that might be trying to trick you or deceive you. And definitely you want to follow that heart's desires and stick with your intuition, stick with your higher self, not that ego, because that will pull you off of your fate line and then things don't flow. Your fate line is to thrive. That's what you came here to do, to thrive. And ego will throw us off into the survival path, and that's never good, so that doesn't work out. So yeah, gotta let it go. Just like I said, Death card, and this also represents Scorpio. And Strength card, gotta have strength, gotta have courage, and you're struggling a little bit with that, and that's okay, that's understandable. And the ego has to make choices it doesn't like. That is hard. You gotta give it comfort. Everything's gonna work out. Watching out for someone deceiving you. We have a betrayal card coming up here too, so watch out for that. That could cause some grief. You wanna be careful here. And with that fate line, make sure you're not the one playing that role, guys. Just depends on your particular story, so to follow that. Five of Pentacles. So this is telling you to abandon something that is not in alignment with you. So I don't know if you have to abandon your betrayer, oppressor, whatever, deceiver. Definitely want to abandon what your ego was definitely building in the past. You definitely need to abandon that. That's what they're telling you with that one. And then the Ace of Pentacles. You do all that. You abandon all the egoic stuff. Everything will come out that you were trying to build and definitely be in your success. And then you got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So that's, working with personalities and clashing and not working well together to attain that common goal. So we saw some clashing with some people here. And we're definitely seeing that. And that is definitely you want to let go of. We saw that already. We do have the Lover's card. Now them coming back to that, I don't know if this is telling you need to let go of something with the lover that's not working out. Or let go of the lover. Or if you are having a choice, like maybe a lover's coming in that is working right for you because this is not in reverse. This is upright. So you're going to have to really tune in and hear your relative story. How does this fit you? Because we've got several stories going there for you guys. And then we got the Six of Pentacles. And then we get that, yep, that's that charity, that symbiotic charity again. So you got some symbiotic charity still going on here. So that's just being affirmed. So that's interesting. So you'll have to see if you are the giver or the receiver of this charity and see how that is playing a role. Maybe that charity is with this lover, so I'm not sure. You'll have to see how your story is. Okay, so let's go ahead and get one more message from the Oracle card, and I have a new Oracle deck that I'm excited about. I used to do this with the Messenger Oracle. I'm still using the Messenger Oracle for your theme card, but this is the Angels and Ancestor Oracle. So I'm learning this new deck, and I'm very excited about it. And also, if you need a personal reading, I am offering those now, and you can find a link to that in the description box below. And I'm offering a giveaway too for a free personal reading this month of July, and you can enter that giveaway each week if you like. And to enter that giveaway, just see the details for that in the description box below and also in the comments. Okay, so let's see what we get for just one last message. It may be one card, but it may be more, because we'll just see how they jump. Okay, and then it could be none. One will jump. Have faith, have no fear. Here we go. Let's see what we got. The She-Wolf. Unleash the wild within, and this is reverse. So maybe you feel like you're having to like really step out of your comfort zone, guys, here, and become wild. Be who you are and trust yourself. You know, the universe has got you. You come here to be who you are. And it may seem wild to you, it may seem wild to others that are in your circle, but you gotta be who you are. So unleash that wild within, guys. Be who you are, and you will be successful. And you know you will. You definitely will. You've got this Sun card coming, and you got some positivity, and you got success coming by following your heart's desire. So stick with that, guys. And things are looking a little bit positive with the romance, perhaps. Listen to your relative story on that one. Okay, guys, so that's your reading. So I really appreciate you being here with me. Thank you so much. If you're new to my channel, thank you for being here. If you'd love to subscribe, I'd love to have you. Just hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so that you can know when my next reading comes out on Sundays, or you can hear about my Seqkat musings on Wednesdays, where I give you tidbits of how to get into your joy and live in your joy, because I believe that's what we came here to do, and that's my goal in life. And on my first Wednesdays, you can join me for a chakra clearing, which clears all 12 of your chakras, grounds you, and I go back and open up your heart chakra. So that one's always a good one to tune into. That one's really always very, very powerful. And so, yeah, if you appreciated this reading or found it helpful to you, I appreciate a thumbs up. That helps me circulate my reading out to others, my video out to others, so that can help them as well. So I really appreciate that to help support me. Okay, guys, so until next time, much love and light.